Hi guys, Yulia here. So today I will be talking about fall bulb planting, and October is my favorite month to plant because it's still warm outside. Trust me, I do not like to be cold. Maybe I will go as far as the first week of November, but then that's it. I am done with fall bulb planting. So today I will be talking about two things. One is the actual techniques of planting bulbs, and the second one is the design aspect of it. So my favorite way of planting bulbs is with an auger, and I got this online. I attached it to my drill that I already had. And if you have an area where you need to naturalize your bulbs, you kind of go around and you drill holes and you drop your bulb in there and you cover it with soil. However, it will not work if you have a very compacted soil and if you have a lot of roots in your soil. So it will work for regular planting beds, but if you start in a new area, it's better to start with some other method. The second way is just a regular trowel, and I use the pointy one because it's for the bulbs. You don't need to go wide, you just need to go wide enough for the bulb thickness. So, and this one also has little depth, so you know how deep to plant your bulbs. And if you plant your bulbs in groupings, you can just use a regular shovel. You create a hole 1 by 1 foot and you drop your bulbs in there and you cover it with soil. So this probably will work if you're just starting in a new area. Shovel is the best way to go. Now for the display today, for the demonstration, I will be using some daffodil bulbs that I divided recently. So I had these clumps of daffodils in this area, and they were so old. They were like 10 years old, and they stopped blooming. They were so overcrowded. That's what happens with daffodil bulbs. They create these large clumps, and when they become really overcrowded, they just stop blooming. So this is your time to divide them. Anyway, I will show you how to use the auger, the trowel, and the shovel to plant the bulbs. So before I start planting, I just wanted to discuss one more tool. This is a dibble, and I like using a dibble for smaller bulbs like crocuses or stillas, but it's not that great for tulip or daffodils because it creates a hole that is too narrow, and first, it's really hard to put the bulb in there, and second, it creates kind of an air pocket, so the bulb has to work so much harder to root itself. So nice tool for smaller bulbs, not that great for bigger bulbs. So before I plant, I like to think about what kind of effect I'm looking for in my spring garden. And I usually go for 3 design ideas. One is to naturalize, and this is probably what I'm going to do in this particular area because this is my woodland garden and I'd like it to look as natural as possible. So the way you naturalize is you scatter your bulbs around. It could be a foot apart, it could be 3 feet apart, and over the years they create little families or clumps. It looks very natural. It's actually what you would see if you were to go to a local forest. And as for that design idea number 2 is to plant them in clumps. That's what I usually do in my perennial border or a little bit more formal garden. And if you think about those gorgeous flower catalogs, that's what the growers take photos of. They have these groupings of 12 or 15 of one particular cultivar, and it looks very effective in the catalog and will look very effective in your garden as well. And as for the design idea number 3 is to create massings of bulbs. Now this is something I don't normally see in residential gardens, but a lot of public places do that. In fact, I've never been to this particular garden in Holland called Kokenhof, but I really would like to go, and they are famous for massing of spring bulbs of one particular cultivar and combining them with other cultivars, combining bright colors with more pale colors, and larger bulbs with smaller bulbs, and it's a spectacular display. I don't have the space for it, but if you do, you should go ahead and do it and see what happens. You probably need about 300 to 500 bulbs to make that kaboom moment in your garden, but oh boy, would that be a spectacular moment. So let me know if you have other ideas as to how to display spring bulbs in your garden, and let me know if you like this video, and thank you so much for watching.